It's another day, and another video game employee is claiming that you cannot be racist to white people. This latest is Evan Kinney, a senior programmer for Epic Games and Fortnite. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. I wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com, and it all began with this user Ubas Leet posting this on X. Not a hard concept. You can't be racist against white people in a Western country. Super simple. A 5-second Google shows why. There is racial prejudice, bigotry, but you can't be racist against the majority race. Sorry, not a thing. Attack 00 responded, we feel differently. Racist anti-white hate is the most important issue right now. And then Evan Kinney responded, kind of weird to have a thing that doesn't exist as your most important issue. So he's claiming that racist anti-white hate does not exist at all. This is an absolute utter lie. There are numerous examples of it. We've seen it over the past decade here in the United States of America, which is where Evan Kinney lives. I always like to cite this Emily Goldstein article from 2015 over at Thought Project, where she literally claims that diversity is indeed the code for white genocide. So yes, anti-white hate does indeed exist, and people were literally promoting it at outlets like Thought Project back in 2015, which again, that's almost a decade ago. We are in 2024 now. So you are absolutely wrong. There's plenty of evidence proving that you are wrong. And the idea that you can't be racist against white people in a Western country is utterly ridiculous. Yes, you can. Just like you can be racist towards black people in a black majority country. You can still be racist to people, regardless of what the majority or who's in power or any of that other garbage these critical race theorists are always spouting. And usually those ideologies that they're spouting are literally just ways for them to say like, they're excuses for them to be racist against white people, right? You really can't make stuff up like that. But anyways, not only does this guy believe that you can't be racist against white people, but he's also taken shots at Mark Kern and falsely accused him of harassing people in the video game industry. Kern posted this. He says, we should start a hot girl gamers group to create a safe space for them to express their beauty. They've been shut out of AAA gaming and marginalized, and it's time they get some love. Who would you nominate for the board of directors? And Kinney responded this. At this point, I'm kind of convinced that Mark Kern is now a parody of himself, because what even is this crap? And then he said, stop harassing my friends and colleagues. Mark Kern has done no such thing. He has literally just posted screenshots of what these people have said, what their actions are, and put a spotlight on them. That is not harassment. It's not. That's just not what it is. The people that have tried to harass people are people like Chris Kindred, Sweet Baby Inc. employee, who called for a mass reporting campaign against the Sweet Baby Inc. detected Steam curator list, as well as its creator, Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo. We've also seen Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercanti call for a cancel campaign against Mark Kern. Those are the people actually engaging in a harassment campaign, not Mark Kern, who is only exposing the vile words and actions that these video game employees have said themselves. So on top of falsely claiming that Kern is harassing individuals and professing that you can't be racist against white people, Kinney has also shared that he rejects reality by claiming that men can become women. Of course, this guy is one of those people. I mean, you really can't make it up. I mean, usually if you buy into one of these utterly ridiculous sentiments, you're buying into the whole caboodle. But he said this in December 2022, like just 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago. But he said, why did the TERFs have to start using a dinosaur emoji as their new dog whistle? For the record, I just like dinosaurs a lot. Trans women are women. They are not. Men cannot become women. It is a impossibility. And then he says, if you don't also think this, then you're a bad person. So if you disagree with reality, you're a bad person. I mean, you really can't make this stuff up. These people are clearly unhinged. If you're buying into this stuff, I question how good he is at his programming job. I doubt he's very good at it. given you actually have to deal with logic in order. At least at least when I was doing some computer programming stuff, I don't consider myself a computer programmer or anything like that. I did take a class in high school, but you do have usually there are logic sequences and things like that, and you have to usually deal with reality. This guy clearly believes in lots of different fantasies. And then in April 2021, he claimed that if parents are notified of children acting on this evil ideology, that would quote directly jeopardize the lives of those children. This is what he wrote. Hey, Senator Ralph Heiss, this is in North Carolina. I hope you realize how much of an absolute piece of garbage you are for writing this actively harmful bill. If passed, this will almost certainly directly jeopardize the lives and well-being of trans kids in North Carolina. There are no such thing as trans kids. There are boys and girls. And then he says, how do you reconcile that with God? God has made us, that's easy. God has made humans male and female, and they cannot transition between one or the other. It is impossible. So you are defending God's plan. It's really not that very simple, right? Not that difficult to figure out. And then obviously you have the post he's responding to is this guy Lawrence Hurley. Not really familiar with him. Potentially, it looks like he might be an NBC News person because he's sharing an NBC News article. But it says a North Carolina bill would, quote, compel state employees to immediately notify parents in writing if their child displays gender nonconformity or expresses a desire to be treated in a way that is incompatible with the gender they were assigned at birth. Which God created them, right? So sounds like a decent bill. I hate that they're using the evil ideologies language, but it does sound like a decent bill. And this guy's saying it would what does he say here? Directly jeopardize the lives and well-being of these children. No, it would potentially save them from going down an absolute destructive path that transgender ideology leads people on. Self-harm, self-mutilation, all kinds of disgusting things, chemical drugs and things that they put themselves on that really does not only just physical damage, but emotional and spiritual damage as well. And obviously, you don't want to lead these individuals down this awful, awful path. And parents should be aware of that so they can step in and prevent their children from traveling down this path, which Evan Kinney does not want to happen. So this guy is clearly very, very deluded in his views. He clearly has a lot of issues. He's probably significantly wounded himself. And we must oppose what he is doing here. We must oppose these actions. We must call him out. But I do feel like he clearly has a lot of his own personal issues and baggage, and he needs to find a lot of help. But let me know what you guys make of this guy going off on Mark Kern, his comments about anti-white hate being doesn't exist, and then obviously his belief in transgender ideology. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.